Hi there and welcome to this thought leadership video where I'm thrilled to be joined by Eamon Tiab, who's the head of global markets and international treasury. I'm back again in Egypt and I'm back in the Banque Misr head office. And in today's video, we're going to be speaking about derivatives. We're going to understand the importance, who uses them, and why these risk mitigation tools are so important. So Eamon, thank you so much. It's great to be back in Egypt. It's great to be back seeing you. Great to be back in Banque Misr. We're in the boardroom and again, lots of history. You showed me around, it looks amazing. So thank you very much for having me.
Thank you, James, for having me back with you on this chat. Thank you.
Indeed. Let's get stuck in. So we spoke about the history, the culture, the heritage of Banque Misr when I was here last time. Today, let's talk about derivatives because you are heading global markets, 20 plus years in the industry. That word derivatives, I mean, who uses them? I mean, let's get under the skin. So what are the clients that you would say that predominantly use derivatives?
Look, everyone is exposed to something somehow. And in financial markets, you know, Egypt has a lot of companies that are importing, for example, corn or soybean or aluminium or copper for that sake, and even currencies. So they're exposed, you know, importing with the currencies. So they're exposed. So derivatives, what we're doing is we're providing global market structured products, OTC structured products, tailored to our clients. Each and every single client has something different, whether they could be in the same industry. They're exposed to, Egypt is an agricultural importer of corn. So they're exposed to Chicago Board, the CBOT, Chicago Board of Trade, corn prices there. If you're a company in Egypt and you're exporting to the UK fruit, you have sterling exposure. So we're working with these clients and, you know, we're walking with them through the educational process of why they use derivatives.
And also sterling exposure with the way that sterling's been performing, right? It's the perfect time to
look at
hedge.
If you look at euro dollar this year, I think it's seen highs of 115, 116 early in the year, and it's seen lows of 0.95. We haven't seen these lows for the last 20 years or so. So if you were an exporter and you had exposure to the euro, you know, if you weren't hedging, your P&L could have been cannibalized. Yeah. And same with, for example, in the agri products. Corn, for example. Corn has seen prices move up by 50, 60% year to date, you know, or volatility generally. So everyone is exposed somehow, and we're working with these clients and giving them very tailored, specific ideas that are structured in-house for our clients.
Structured OTC products for risk mitigation. Surely that scares people. Surely there's a kind of educational piece to be explained.
Very much so. You know, if you're a dealer on the FX desk, just flows, it's buying and selling the currencies. But with derivatives, and I am a dealer obviously in essence, but you know, what we're showing our clients is education. That's the value. It's not about doing the deal. It's about them realizing where their exposure is, and how you can give them tools to give them a risk mitigant hedges. And it's actually some clients you'll be surprised. They don't even realize that what they can do. You know, some clients in Egypt, they were not proposed this kind of tools before, and they're unaware of it because it's not something very common in Egypt. You know, yeah, to do global markets, to use global markets hedging products and options.
Okay, so you mentioned agri products. So what other asset classes or what other requirements from customers could they hedge?
We do three main asset classes. We offer structured OTC hedging on currencies, you know, being the international currencies, euro dollar, sterling dollar, dollar yen, Swissies, and other crosses that we could do. And other currencies, you know, you can do offshore Chinese currency or INR, for example. So it's all about where they're importing from or where they're exposed to. We also do commodities in its entirety. So we have agricultural commodities. We do OTC structures on those, being soybean, corn, wheat, mainly on Chicago. Not so much on Matif, but mainly on Chicago, but we can. On the metals, we do LME, copper, aluminium, zinc, iron ore, which is not listed on LME, but we do that. And obviously energy products, Brent, gas, and generally in commodities and interest rate products. So we do, if clients have a bilateral loan or a syndicated loan or a project financing loan in dollar or euro, we can also hedge the SOFR rate of these currencies. So, we do a lot of in-depth stuff, and the exposure that we found with our clients is really interesting. I mean, you're doing some things on corn, and then you're doing some things on sugar, New York sugar.
It always keeps changing then.
It keeps changing, yeah. And doing one deal with a client doesn't mean the next hedge is going to be the same kind of structure, because the markets are changing, there's volatility. So you change the mindset. But as long as they're using the education of hedging, that's the essence for us. Because you've got to bear in mind, that our money as a bank, we're giving these clients balance sheets. So you're providing facilities. So our money is with these clients, and they're importing in these commodities, for example.
Okay, but what other players are there in the market?
Right, global markets is a very boutique business, especially in Egypt. We're a leading Egyptian bank, and if we remember the first video, we're talking about how Talat Harb was ahead of his time and era, and the vision he has. And this is what we've been doing as a bank. We're, I think, the first Egyptian bank to offer these global markets, very OTC structured global market products to our clients. And it gives me a great privilege and pleasure to say that, actually.
Yeah. Okay, last question then. It's a bit of a cliche, but what keeps you up at night?
What keeps me up at night?
Market-wise.
Volatility. What we do with our clients, we don't just do, we're not a business that just 9 to 5. Markets are happening. Chicago, CBOT, on the Chicago Board of Trade, the corn is, because of the time difference, our clients are speaking to us in the evening, they're telling us how the market closed, what's happening, news, and they're talking about what we're going to do next day, if we're going to do anything, so that the proximity we have with our clients is giving us a lot of edge, because this business is not about just doing a deal. It's about working with your clients, helping them navigate through international financial markets, using the products that we can offer them. And we pride ourselves on what we're doing with our clients and the proximity we have with them.
Amazing. Always informative, always super insightful. Thank you so much for inviting me again for the second time. Amazing premises.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Eamon Tiab.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Cheers.